Hello everyone, welcome back to the Farm Bureau Minute. We're only 2 weeks away from the transmittal deadline now, so things are getting very busy, which is why today you're going to hear from all three of us about some different bills that are going on. The first two that I'm going to talk to you about are Bison bills. House Bill 396, which was brought forward by Representative Mike Lang from Malta, was heard yesterday in the House Ag Committee. It's a very, very good bill that basically requires the Department of Fish, Wildlife and Parks and the Department of Livestock to obtain permission from the county commissioners in a county before they can transplant bison into that county. It's a very good bill. There was a lot of proponents, there were some opponents as well, but we believe that should be coming out of committee soon and hopefully be on its way to passage shortly. The other bill was Senate Bill 256, which is from Senator Moore of Miles City. That bill requires FWP to estimate costs of what would happen if they established wild free-roaming bison somewhere and were supposed to contain them or have some contingency plan, and then the bison got out and caused property damage. And so they have to estimate those costs, and then it would make them liable for those costs. Of course, we supported both of these bills and think that they will do a lot to help protect farmers and ranchers from free-roaming bison and just to protect your property. The other bill that I'm going to visit with you about is Senate Bill 237 from Senator Brendan. It's a bill that basically provides for preventing agencies from obtaining more property unless they sell off property that they already own. It's a no net gain bill, basically, which our policy very much supports. So we're working on that, and I'll now turn it over to John. Have a great day.
As Nicole said, the pace has picked up considerably as we near the last 2 weeks before transmittal. I'm going to talk about 4 eminent domain bills today. A buffalo bill that Farm Bureau was promoting to deal with a lawsuit we had in the Gardner Basin, and also a little bit about block management. The first bill, Senate Bill 180, is Senator Barrett's bill dealing with who can utilize eminent domain. That's passed out of Committee 7-6. Looks like we'll have tough sledding on the floor of the Senate, but we'll be supporting that bill now that it's included the fact that you can public utilities can utilize eminent domain. Representative Flynn out of Townsend has 2 bills, House Bill 412 and 417. These both deal with eminent domain. One deals with citing and the other deals with process for eminent domain. Farm Bureau will also be supporting those. Senator Vincent has a bill that deals with criteria for appraisal for eminent domain. That Senate Bill 288 will be heard on Monday. We'll also be supporting that bill. Representative Redfield has a bill, House Bill 434, that deals with bison that leave Yellowstone National Park. This is in response to a lawsuit that Farm Bureau was involved in with the landowners in that area. It simply states who has authority to deal with those bison, which bison Department of Wildlife and Fish, Wildlife and Park have to deal with, which bison the Department of Livestock have to deal with. We'll be supporting that bill. That hearing is probably going to be next Tuesday. As we near the transmittal, things start piling up, so we'll have to let you know when that comes up. The final bill is Representative Flynn's 404, House Bill 404. It takes 25% of the habitat acquisition money. That's $9 million every biennium that the Fish, Wildlife and Park has to purchase money. It takes that money and puts it into the block management program, a very popular program with landowners and with sportsmen.
I also wanted to mention the movement being made on House Bill 235. We've been talking to you about this bill since nearly the beginning of the session, and I'm sure you've heard about it on the radio or somewhere else. But just as a reminder, House Bill 235 was sponsored by Representative Ellie Hill of Missoula. It's a bill that would have legalized corner crossings as a legal form of access. So basically it would allow someone to trespass across the corners of 2 pieces of private land in order to gain access to a public section of land on the other side. Of course, we were very much against this bill. Our policy is very clear. It would be a huge erosion of private property rights. It's harmful to farmers and ranchers because, as you all know, our land is one of the most important parts of our family farms and ranches, and we need to be able to protect it and take care of it. Anyways, the bill was tabled in committee. However, the bill sponsor is now trying to blast the bill out of committee on Monday the 18th. Basically what that means is she'll make a motion on the floor to blast the bill from committee, which would mean they would take it off the table in the committee and bring it to the floor for a vote. Now, she is planning also a rally. They're trying to bring in up to 300 sportsmen wearing Hunter's Orange who are going to try to get people to vote for this bill. So it's very important that you reach out to your representative and let them know how bad this bill is and to ask them to vote against the blast motion. If you have any questions, please let us know, but please reach out to your representatives as soon as you can and let them know because this is a very important issue. Thanks a lot.
Okay. And finally today, I will be talking to you about Senate Bill 252. Senate Bill 252 was brought forward by Senator Rosendale of Glendive, and it deals mainly with fixing the way votes are cast in elections within irrigation districts. It provides a fair and balanced way to make sure that the agricultural interests within those districts are fairly represented during elections. Current statute states that you get one vote for every 40 acres you own, which means that a subdivision who is plotted on half-acre lots or 1-acre lots gets one vote, and a farmer who has 40 acres of irrigated cropland also gets one vote. This bill would change that process so that you get one vote for every acre or one vote for every majority of an acre you own. This process would allow a more equitable way for the elections to take place, ensuring that the agricultural interests are protected in those irrigation districts. We supported this bill and will keep you updated on the progress as it moves through the Senate. And with that, we hope you've enjoyed this edition, and we'll talk to you next week.